Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we will be doing a white-black Death and Taxes League, and this is the list that I'm playing. I got this list from the pilot Acolyte, and I like the list. I've played it a handful of times. The only change that I made was he plays 3 Erode and 3 Deafening Silence, so I took out the 3rd Erode for the 4th Deafening Silence since Fantasticar got printed. And yeah, it turned out to be a 4-1 league. We lost against, let's see, we lost against Black Reanimator in round 1, so it was kind of cool to lose round 1 and then uh, win all our rounds after that. So I'm pretty happy with the results. I hope you guys liked the video, and if you guys would like to see more Death and Taxes videos, make sure to let me know down below in the comments. All right, let's get right into it. Round 1, we were up against DCH97E, and no recent Legacy trophies. They do play another bunch of other formats. Most recent Legacy is Reanimator. Okay, let's keep this hand. Okay, here they Thoughtseize. They'll probably take the Stoneforge Mystic. They take the swords. We'll play Arid Mesa and pass. Solitude is a pretty good draw. Okay, here, let's surveil. We find another Solitude. I'm gonna keep the other Solitude. Here, let's grab Stoneforge Mystic. And they force pitching Atraxa. Okay, so this is Dimir Reanimator. Here, let's Recruiter of the Guard. I'm not sure what I'm going to grab yet, but maybe Lion Sash. Yeah, I'll grab Lion Sash. And then I'll pass. Okay, they Thoughtseize themselves. And they get back Gristlebrand. They draw 7 cards. Okay. All right. They're down to 4 cards, 6 life. Now they go down to 5. All right, here they brainstorm. And here they've been in Atraxa. Draw 2 cards. Discard 2 cards. Okay, they careful study again. Okay, let's attack here first. So I wonder what's better. Holding up Solitude to hardcast, or putting Yorion to hand and then flashing in Felia on their end step, and in a pinch I can Solitude pitch Yorion. I think I will bring Yorion to hand, and then I'll pass. Okay, let's grab a Scrubland here and flash in Felia. Okay, the Otherworldly Gaze here. Alright, we got there. Let's go to game 2. Erode. Priest. Surgical. Macabre. Aluren. Skyclave's awkward, but it can grab like a. Oh, never mind. I was thinking of Turbo Reanimator. Skyclave and White Orchid. They could have a pivot though. Maybe White Orchid is not that good. I'll leave in 1 Skyclave so I can tutor for it. Maybe Flute is better than White Orchid. Pre-war might be kind of slow. All right, let's try this. Okay, this hand's a little slow, but I will keep it. It has a Macabre, it has a Solitude, has a white pitch card. Okay, here they Thoughtseize me. That's fine. I wonder what they grab. Maybe the Macabre or the Solitude. They grab the Solitude, okay. I'm going to use the Prismatic Vista because I may want to surveil in the near future. Okay, they Force Pitch Force. Here they play a Surveil in, put one card on top. Okay, Reanimate. Show and Tell. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I just put the land in here. Unless I think they're on, like, Omniscience, which is possible. This one guy at my local game store, he plays blue-black show and tell. But this is probably a sideboard card. I think they are more of a Reanimator deck. Show and tell on the side, which makes me want to put in just a land. Okay. They get some good stuff here. Atraxa, Flow State, Brainstorm, Animate Dead. Traxa, flow state, brainstorm. Do I want Thoughtseize? I think not. I need to get rid of this Atraxa here. Okay, we draw swords, and just gonna put that into play top now. I don't want them to Thoughtseize my my Yorgan away. Okay, so they drew another show and tell. I guess I just say no. Okay. Flow state, Archon. So we're getting pretty far behind here. I don't see us winning this game. Archon, Petal, Polluted Delta, Show and Tell. Archon, Petal, Show and Tell. Show and Tell. Okay, so we draw Solitude. They're probably going to Show and Tell on their turn. Which means I'll have to discard a card. I could discard Macabre. Waiting until they Show and Tell means that I don't have to pitch Flicker Wisp. Either way, I don't end up with an Atraxa. Because if they put in Archon, I have to sack the Solitude. Okay, I'll take the Archon because it does stuff every time it attacks. I guess I'll discard. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll discard the Flicker Wisp. I I was gonna discard the Macabre, but them getting one more reanimate is gonna be game over. It's already probably game over. Okay. So now we need a road, Recruiter of the Guard. Alright, that's GG. I should have named Show and Tell on the flute. This is what I should have done. Skyclave, not so good. This list I'm on is Acolyte's list, except I took out an Erode for the 4th Deafening Silence. Okay. This hand's a little slow. I'm gonna mull this hand, try to dig for something better. Okay, I do like this much more. Okay, I'll put back the planes here. Okay, let's see here. Ponder. I think I take the Thoughtseize here. Yeah, let's take the Thoughtseize. Okay, here they Underground Sea Ponder. They decide not to play out the pedal. Okay. Yeah, here we will Overlord. Let's see if they, okay, they do not. Okay, yeah, I think let's get Stoneforge here. Because whatever we play, they're probably going to push. But if we get pre-war formal wear, then we'll get Stoneforge to come back in. Gosh, again? Okay. Alright, yeah. Let's hope it's not Archon. Put in Stoneforge. Ralph and Mikey. Oh, I should have put in the land. They already used their pedal. Alright, I guess we put in Meteor Sword. Okay, so Okay, that card. Yeah, let's get rid of the Wraith. And then they have Force of Will, so it kind of doesn't matter. But I guess we try to erode, and if they force it, we lose. We don't have a white card. All right, GG's. Round 2, we're up against Urza the Planeswalker on the draw. And see some initiative, Jewel, Aluren, but this is all from March. And I think we'll keep this hand. Okay, here's a Tundra and a Guide of Souls. Another Formalware is not a good draw. I'm going to take their turn 1 play. Or turn 2 play. They can still flow state, but it'll be for 1 card. Okay, 1 card flow state, that's fine. Here, I'm probably just going to play a land and pass. We draw a Wasteland. Now we can either Felia or Bowmasters. We know they have Force, but we don't know for sure if they have a blue card, but I would assume they do after flow stating. So their hand is Force, Flooded Strand, 2 Mystery. Let's go to basic planes and let's see if we can resolve this Bowmaster. Wow. Well, that was pretty good. Maybe the card they kept from the flow state was the Amped Raptor. Do I want to Stoneforge or do I want to Felia on their turn? I kind of want to Stoneforge and then Wasteland them, but I want to do it around days. So that's my reasoning for. Usually you probably Felia first, but I do want to get Meteor Sword here and then Wasteland them, and I'll probably take the Tundra, and then I will pass. Okay, here they flow state, and it is a 2-card flow state. So I bet their force will resolve now. They play the Flooded Strand, they get a Tundra, and they get rid of the Stoneforge. Okay, land here is fine. Alright, now we have a 4/4 Vigilance Felia. And they wasteland us. It's fine. I'm going to play out the Vial here as opposed to equipping the Formal Wear on one of my creatures. So I think their hand is Force only. Skyclave is good. Okay, they go to 3. Okay, they play a Johnny here. So here we want to draw like a Swords or a Solitude or a Skyclave or a Flicker Wisp. Okay. We don't want a Johnny to flip. But yeah, what we want is to have something with flying. So I guess we just or we can attack with Skyclave, see if they'll probably block with the Cat Warrior token and flip their Ajani. And then we can pre-war Formal Wear, taking their Ajani. I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to do. And if they don't, well, let's see. If I attack with everything, they can just block, flip a Johnny, take 2. I'm just going to attack here with everything. And hope they block my Skyclave. Because we can attempt to bring back the Skyclave with the pre-war. Okay, they do block the Skyclave. Okay, this would kill them though, right? Oh, they're gonna gain a life. I see. And then we take the Ajani again. We take the Ajani. And we pass. And they're left with a 1/1 at 1 life. Alrighty. So let's bring in Erode, Wrath. Maybe I can cheese them with the Priest. I'm supposed to bring in 3 Erode, 3 Wrath. But like I was saying earlier, I only played 2 Erode because I wanted the 4th Deafening Silence. Okay, this hand looks fine. Stoneforge is fine since we drew a land. If we had not drawn this land, I probably would have been that. And I guess I have a meteor sword in my hand too, so it makes it even better. Okay, here they brainstorm. And they do play Wasteland. Okay, so here they amped Raptor. And into a Johnny. So I could just get rid of their Wasteland with the White Orchid Phantom. That guarantees that I can cast it. Or I can just try to do the whole Felia thing. I could also White Orchid on their other land. I don't know what their mana situation is like, but them playing the Wasteland and using it to cast the Raptor makes me think that maybe their mana situation is not that good. So I'm gonna White Orchid their Volcanic, and let's find out what kind of basics they're running. Okay, they got a basic plains here. They play another Wasteland. Okay, I think that here. I think I'll just take the 2. I would much rather. Okay, so here is that. That's fine. We'll wait till the Ajani flip trigger goes on the stack. And then what do we want to pitch? Probably. I'm actually gonna pitch the Felia here, which might seem weird, but they are a white deck, so they probably have a bunch of removal. And I do want this Stoneforge to hit the table. I have a Meteor Sword in my hand. I can get a pre-war formal wear. All right, here we will just pass. The swords on the Phantom. Yeah, sure. So we'll take 6 here. And here we will pass, holding up a road and meteor sword. Okay, I'm gonna block there. Oh, I should have blocked one of them. I'm tripping. Okay, they failed to find. I thought about equipping the meteor sword to the stone forge, but I think that here I'm just gonna put Yorion in my hand. They finally find another land. They get a volcanic island. Let's see what they do here. Okay. And they wasteland. Let's see if they have a counterspell. Oh, they have a daze. Okay. Okay, here they flow state. And they got his souls. So what do I want to get here? Skyclave. Could get another Bowmaster. Could get a Solitude. I kind of want to just get a Bowmaster here. And take out their Ocelot Pride, and then they're also a cantrip deck, so kind of screws them in that regard as well. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so here. Consign, okay. Excuse it, +2/+2. Okay, so let's put the Meteor Sword on the Orc Army token and pass. Okay, they swords that. Turns out White Orchid Phantom was pretty good. Okay. Yeah, let's go with the Guide of Souls. Alrighty. Ping them for 1. And here is a Ocelot Pride. Alright, GG's. Round 3, we're up against now 1770, and looks like we have a mirror on our hands, except they are a Birthing Ritual deck. So, white, green. We are on the play. Let's see if they reveal Yorion as well. Looks like they don't. We'll keep this hand. And I think here I'll just play a basic plains. I don't want to get wastelanded. Especially if they are a white-green Death and Taxes deck, because that's more prison-y. But they played a basic plains and ponder, so I'm not sure what they're on. Okay, they do not shuffle. Alright, here I'll get a basic swamp and cast Stoneforge Mystic. Let's see if they daze. They force pitch Brainstorm. Okay. Alright, here is a Flow State. And it is turned on. So they're up to 6 cards in their hand. We draw another White Orchid Phantom, which is pretty bad with the basic planes on the opponent's side. I am going to cast one of them because I want to get some pressure down. I think that's better than just surveilling. Yeah, let's thin out our deck here and also turn it into a basic. Prevent us from getting wastelanded. But I'm not sure what they're on with double basic island. Here's another ponder. Okay, and a basic plains. Okay, so here, let's attack first. And then I think instead of surveilling, I'm just going to play another one. Try to get some threats down. And we're still holding up swords in case they're going to cast a Felia right now. I'm thinking that it is white-blue Felia, but I could be wrong about that. Okay, here's a Brainstorm. They're drawing a lot of cards. It could also be some type of control deck as well, with like Back to Basics, which would be a pretty bad card against us at the moment. Okay, Volcanic Island. And here's a Prismatic. Respecting the 2/2 flying first strikers, it seems. Okay, Felia is a good draw. Let's surveil here. Cruder's fine. All right, they're down to 15. We are at 16, and here we will pass. Okay, here's another prismatic. And I'm pretty sure they have a counterspell, but let's go ahead and Felia and keep up white-black, so they think we might have a Bowmaster. Okay, they might just have like a lightning bolt or something. All right, and here's a Recruiter of the Guard. I think I'm just gonna get Bowmaster here. Let's blink the Recruiter. Okay, they're down to 13, and Recruiter's gonna come back in. What do we want now? Um, let's go to Stoneforge Mystic here. I thought about maybe getting another Bowmaster, but I'd like to keep some white cards in my hand for Solitude. But they're seeming like a uh, blue-white control that splashes red for maybe sideboard cards and fourth Arlingus. Okay, here is a Solitude. All right, so to be mana efficient, let's get down the Bowmasters here. Okay, here is a Daze. And here's a Swords. They're down to 3 cards. I think that here let's go ahead and see if we can resolve Stoneforge. Okay, let's get pre-war formalware and let's just cast the formalware. They may have a Daze, but I'm just gonna do it. It'll get it out of their hand. Okay, and then here let's go ahead and Solitude. Do we want to pitch the Stoneforge or the Swords? Let's pitch the Stoneforge here. And let's go ahead and attack for 1. Next turn we can put Yorion in our hand. Okay, here's a flow state. That's pretty good for them. Oh, Mystic Sanctuary. Okay. All right, let's get Meteor Sword. And I think here Let's get rid of their red mana. And we will attack. Next turn we can equip the Meteor Sword to something. And we're still holding up swords here. They're down to 11, so if we equip next turn, this will be 4, 5, 6 damage. Okay, double flow state. Pretty good. I thought I had 6 mana. I only have 5. I think I'd rather put Yorion in my hand. So let's just attack for 3 here. Alright, Yorion to hand. They got to dig through their deck pretty good with the double flow state. So, Monastery Mentor. Alright, let's swords here. Okay, they're gonna try to get one more trigger out of it, seems. Oh, okay, Spell Pierce. Don't have 2 mana. Now the question here is, do they have another Daze? Or a Swords? For my, or a Force for my Yorion? Okay, we did find a land, so we are going to play around Daze. Okay, they do have a Force pitching back to basics. Alright, and here we will get a basic plains and might as well cast the Aether Vial. And then we will pass. Okay, no blocks. They did not pump. Okay, one of their 2 cards was a Surveil land, and they've been a plains. This Monastery Mentor is actually very good right now. Okay, so I think that here we just impend the Overlord. That was a good draw. Now, what do we want to get back? Oh, we can even get back Yorion. I guess so, yeah. I guess we just get back Yorion. And we're 1 mana short, so I guess we will we'll equip the Stoneforge Mystic since it has one more defense. And we'll just attack with that. They take 4, go down to 2. Alright, they know that Yorion is the only card in my hand. Ooh, Lorien revealed. Very good. Very, very good. Okay, I'm going to block this one. Let's see if they try to pump. They do. Okay, so they swords my recruiter. They'll deal 9 damage to me. Wow. Okay, I go to 6. Okay, is their hand force blue card? Okay, so Stoneforge, Meteor Sword, Overlord, done. Okay, so we'll do Overlord, Meteor Sword. Meteor Sword, get rid of the Monastery Mentor. Overlord, get back. Maybe Bowmaster or Stoneforge. I kind of like the Stoneforge. Can vial that in. Here we get back Lion Sash. Alright, and we pass. They go down to 1. Pretty close game here. But they have 5 monks. So pretty scary. Alrighty, we got there. Let's see here. A road, not so good. Wrath of the Skies. Could get rid of these monks. White Orchid, not good. Containment Priests could cheese them out. And Lion Stash, not so good. Maybe in a road over Lion Sash. Lauren, not so good. So yeah, we'll just bring in a couple of roads here. All right, yeah, let's just do that. Opponent says they have to go. All right, GG. Round 4, we're on the play against Punishing Waterfalls. I see Mono Blue Stompy Trophy 10 days ago. Some affinity, some energy. Okay, this hand is fine. Opponent mulligans to 6. Sorry if the camera's shaking, my cat is scratching himself. What is this? Put a +1/+1 counter. Okay, let's take the Guide of Souls here. Okay, they play Lazotep Quarry. Interesting. All right, let's Thoughtseize again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm not too worried about the Thalia here. Let's take the Yoshimaru. And then let's play out our Vial, and we'll pass. And they scoop. I'm not sure why. Okay, so let's bring in some erodes. We can take out the Aluren. And let's bring in some Wrath of the Skies. Take out Lion Sash. Are they a mono white deck? Not sure. Bowmaster can hit the Thalia. Bowmaster not so good. Put some white orchids back in. All right, this hand's fine. Keep this. So they're like a white mid-range type deck, I guess. All right, we know they play Wasteland. Probably still want to surveil here. I wonder if they play Ocelot Pride. I would assume so. So maybe this is 60 card energy. Please don't play Ocelot Pride. Okay, now we want to draw Wrath of the Skies. So let's surveil here and dig for that. Shadowy Backstreet. Draw Felia. They probably have a swords, but I'm still going to try to go for the Felia. Flagstones. Okay, so I think they are a white orchid deck as well. And let's see what they pump up first. I think I'm going to flash in the Felia to block, though. If I can get rid of their Ocelot Pride, I'd like to do that. Wow, they scoop. Maybe they were not expecting that for some reason. Alrighty, GG's. Alright, round 5, we're up against Barf, and no results here that I found for them. We are on the play. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll keep this hand. Let's start it off with a Thoughtseize. Hopefully they don't have Wasteland. Okay, we'll get a Scrubland. Ooh, Ace Rack. Double Force of Will. Okay, we'll take the stock up there. They go Misty, Petal. Okay, here we'll play the Vial out. And then we'll Surveil. Drawing a third land is fine. So this is Aluren Tell, which should be a pretty bad matchup. But I'm not sure how many basics they play. They do have 2 forces in their hand. So I think what we can do here is cast the Loran, targeting their Lotus Petal, and then we can next turn Vial in the White Orchid Phantom. Let's see if they're going to force this. Okay, here they brainstorm. I would think that they would let me destroy their Lotus Petal. instead of force pitch blue card. It's only a Lotus Petal, but it does set them back 1 mana. And then I'm sure they play some number of basics. So the White Orchid won't be that good, but maybe, it'll apply some pressure and, if we draw another White Orchid Phantom, then, and who knows, they might start fetching basics as well because they see my Wasteland. Okay, so they force pitch force. That's good for me. That was worth my 3 mana there. So now I want them to fetch a basic because of my Wasteland. But we'll see what they do. Might end up pitching this White Orchid to Solitude. Aluren? Okay. I have one more card in there. So they scry 1. What did they do? Put 1 card on the bottom. Now they're just looking for Acerak or I'm not sure if they still play the one that searches for a creature if they discard a card. Formidable Speaker. Okay, so now wastelanding them is kind of awkward. Especially because I'm going to play out this Aether Vial. And I don't want to get dazed if I swords them. But I don't want them to cantrip. So I think I am going to wasteland them here. I can play my 3 or less mana creatures for free. And I have the Vial. Because if I learn in a creature, I'm just casting it for free. So they could still counterspell. Okay, so here's a Caracas. Okay, they play Ancient Tomb. They're just trying to dig for an Acerak. I think that we'll go yes and no. Okay. Maybe I should build one of them up to 5. Now that I drew a Solitude and there's Yorion. Okay, as though they had Flash. My cat keeps scratching himself. Sorry about that. Okay, so this will go to 3. This will go to 4. We draw a land. Okay, let's get a scrubland. Put Yorion in hand, and we'll pass. In a pinch, we can Solitude pitch Yorion and then still have swords up. So this one's a no, and this one's a yes. Okay, so here, let's take this Aluren away from them. No, and no. Okay, so they don't have any artifacts or enchantments for me to want to cast a pre-war formal wear. They've been a polluted delta. Okay, here they ponder. Okay, here's show and tell. So here we will put in the formal wear. All right, let's see what they get. Spell Pierce. Okay, that's good to know about. Aluren Beseiju for stock up. Aluren. Force stock up. Do I want to have them gain some life or just bounce? I think I'm gonna have them gain 7 life because I don't want them to show and tell again. And I'm gonna be attacking for quite a bit here. 6, 9 damage. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll put this vial up to 4. Okay, there's their stock up. because if they put in Aluren, I could vial in the Witch Enchanter. And they have Force of Will. So I don't really want to be casting anything, even with the Aluren in play. Wow. 8 cards after this Lotus Petal. This is a cool game. Okay, 4. And no. Alright, we'll destroy the Aluren before the Ace Rack hits the battlefield. And here they brainstorm, that's fine. Alright, GG's. Okay, let's bring in Road, Surgical, Flute, and let's just bring in a Priest for that last card. Pretty scary matchup with a non-blue deck, but winning game 1 is pretty huge. Let's see if we can keep the momentum here. It's got a Caracas. It's got a Bowmaster. Draw Formal Wear. Show and Tell. Okay. Sure. Now, do I put in the Skyclave or the Overlord? Because let me think about this. If I put in Skyclave, my trigger's gonna go on the stack, but then I think they can win with, well, I guess the same case is for the Overlord. And they also could be putting in a Traxa. Let's see what we're going to draw. Okay, land is fine. I think I'm going to do the Skyclave. Okay. Overlord would have been better because I can potentially get Solitude or something. We do have the Caracas though. They have a consign. All right, let's see what they pick. Horse, Petal, Island, Stock Up. Horse. Horse, Petal, Island, Stock Up. They play the Petal. Okay. Do we Overlord or Stoneforge here? I think let's Overlord here. So Scrubland, Impend Overlord. They do have a force. They choose not to force. Okay. Find a Flicker Wisp, which is not the worst. All right. We can take 2 hits from this Atraxa, and then we really need to bounce it or kill it somehow. Here they'll probably stock up unless they already have the Aluren or like a show and tell or something. Okay, here they brainstorm. Could also impend the second Overlord and then keep Caracas open. But I think we can afford to take one more hit from Atraxa. I'd rather flip over the Overlord I have in play. Let's see. They may just have it here. Green, green, 2. This could be another stock up. Oh no, they haven't cast the stock up yet. They decide not to cast whatever it is that they have. Draw another Caracas. Could also cast Stoneforge. I think I'm just gonna go for the Flicker Wisp here. We can take one more hit from the Atraxa. Let's see, they have 7 cards though, so the chances of it resolving are kind of low. Okay. Force pitch stock up. So unless they put the island farther down in their deck after that brainstorm, their hand is island and 4 mystery cards, which is pretty scary. Okay, so now we go to 4. Let's see what they got here. Okay, so now they're going to brainstorm. They still have the mana to cast Aluren. If they have Aluren, Acerak, we're just dead. We're kind of sitting ducks here. Play a trop. Okay, here's the Aluren. And there's the Acerak. All right, let's try this again. Turn 1 Vial, turn 2 Stone Forge. I don't know about this hand. I'm gonna keep it. So we want to draw a black source here to Thoughtseize them. Not, we'll just cast the Stone Forge. Okay, here's the Stone Forge. Let's see if it resolves. Okay, I think they are going to brainstorm here, or maybe surveil. Okay, here they brainstorm. Resolves. Okay. Alright, here we'll get Meteor Sword. Alright, we really need to draw some lands here. And yeah, I'd like to draw a black source because then I can kill their land, and they may have consign though. We saw that from one of their Traxa triggers. Okay, we find a second stone forge. I think that here. Let's kill their island. Maybe they have a consign. Okay, they brainstorm. Okay, here they fetch. And they do have the consign. I think that next turn we recruiter for Solitude just to be safe, but I am tempted to get a land for one, and I was going to say a Flicker Wisp though, because then I can blink the Meteor Sword. Okay, so yes, pre-war. Okay, we draw Wasteland. All right, let's try to do as much damage as we can. This by itself is a 4-turn clock, which against a combo deck is a very, very long time. I've yet to draw a black source for the Thoughtseize sitting in my hand since the game started. Okay, here they brainstorm. Okay, recruiter. I think I have to get Solitude here. I need some kind of backup. I think we're going to leave this on 3. Okay, so Flute is interesting. So I think here, let's wasteland them, and then we'll play the flute naming Aluren. Okay, they force pitch force. They go down to 4. So now they have to make something happen. They bend the lotus petal. They play City of Traders. Okay, show and tell. Now, what do I want to put in? I think I want to put in the Skyclave. And because if they put in Aluren, well, actually, I have the Vial on 3. So maybe I put in the Solitude in case they put in Atraxa. And then if they put in Aluren, I can Vial in the Skyclave. So I think I'll do that because Solitude can be countered. So let's put in Solitude. They put in a land. Alrighty. 4-4, 4-1 league with Death and Taxes. Till next time, guys.